Hey guys, I'm here today to talk about winter boots, specifically Uggs winter boots. Everybody knows like the classic Uggs that have, they're not waterproof. They're not necessarily a great winter boot, but Ugg also makes a whole host of like, honest to goodness, waterproof, super warm winter boots. I've been a fan for years. And so I kind of just ordered not the whole line, but I ordered 12 something pairs of Ugg boots. So yeah, let's go through them and see what we got. So first up are the Ugg, I think they're called the Ugg Shasta boots. Here's the deal. If you need to visit the Arctic Circle, these are your boots. They have a Vibram sole. They're completely waterproof. They have insane grip. They have a nice high platform, so you're nice and high off the snow. And so this is far and away the warmest boot, not just of the try on here, but maybe the warmest boot I've ever tried. It is completely lined all the way around the foot, under the foot, around the ankle, with that Ugg fluff stuff, that fluffy Ugg stuff. They even have like a little gripper so that you can tighten against your leg to keep the snow out from above. This is the warmest boot you could ever possibly hope to have. The one thing I have noticed is I find that this boot does run a little tight. I think Ugg boots in general run true to size, but this one runs a little small. And because the sole is so thick, the downside is it's not quite as flexible when you walk. I think it'll break in, but if you're looking for like a really flexible, easy to walk in boot out of the gate, this probably isn't the one. But if you want nothing but complete toasty warmth and great grip on the bottom, this is your boot. Next up are Ugg's Adirondack Meridian hikers. Oh gosh, I didn't even try on their classic Adirondacks. We can put that up somewhere here. I've owned those for years and they are plenty warm. They're plenty warm. This, however, is a even better version of their classic Adirondacks. It has Vibram soles, amazing grip, and they're super crazy warm. Once again, your foot is completely lined in that fluffy Ugg stuff underfoot. The only place on this boot where you don't have the fluffy lining is literally from here to here on the other side of the tongue. But these boots are surprisingly lightweight. They are super easy to walk in and they are ridiculously warm. The leather, even though it's white, it's leather that will wipe off very easily, so I would not be worried about wearing these even in the muck. If you don't need the total warmth of the Shasta boot and you want something a little tiny bit lighter weight, but still waterproof, this will be the next warmest option from Ugg. It's a great one. Next up, we have the Ugg Brecken, and these are one of my absolute favorites. They're a little more lightweight even than the Meridians, although not by much, honestly. The Meridians are still pretty light. They have that Vibram insole. They're 100% waterproof. These come in such good color combinations. I have 3 that I bought just to show you guys. There's like slight duck boot styling vibes here, but compared to like the actual LL Bean duck boot, I find these to be way more comfortable with a better sole, way more support, and infinitely warmer. These do have fluffy stuff underfoot, and they have fluffy stuff just right here on the back of the tongue. Around the collar, there's nothing, it's like normal boot. And then on the inside though, it is lined in fleece. These are super warm and walkable and waterproof and all the W's, so highly recommend. All right, so next up we have Ugg's classic Alpine lace-ups. These guys are really cute. So they're not waterproof, and instead of the Vibram bottom, they have just more of like the classic Ugg bottom, but they are like so soft and cozy inside. It has this sort of like woolly detail around the collar, and then once you put your hand inside, or your foot inside, I should say, the rest of it is like 360 degrees, the fluffy Ugg stuff. I like that the little stitching here has like a slightly contrast color, and I love the bright cheery laces. These guys are yellow. So it's like an Ugg boot, but like maybe a little bit more practical. All right, next we have Ugg's Venture Daze Ultra Mini. And honestly, guys, I thought I was gonna like these a lot more than I actually do. They have good grip. They're kind of cute in like a funky little way. They're completely lined in Ugg stuff, but the lining is not as plush as other Ugg linings are. And there's something about this bottom that I found really hard to walk in. I kept tripping in these. So these, if you really like the look, they might be worth it, but you do have to walk a little funny. I don't know. I don't really recommend them. Next up are Ugg's hiking boots. These are TerreTrail Hi-Tops. They're more hiking boot-esque than they are winter boot. That said, they do have decent traction. They have a fluffy Ugg footbed liner. The rest of the boot, like all down here, is all lined in fleece, and then around the collar there's nothing. It's just like normal boot lining. Surprisingly comfortable. They're really good to walk in. These feel to me almost like if you like to do a lot of winter hiking and you're looking for an actual hiking boot with some like support up here, these are not a bad choice. If you love classic Uggs, but you're looking for something a little bit more waterproof, these classic mini Trailgazers are awesome. More of a typical Ugg bottom, but it's like a little bit thicker with some extra protection at the toe and the heel. So while these aren't waterproof, they definitely will hold up to some slushy and snowy conditions better than classic Uggs will. What surprised me the most is these boots are like really, really cute on. I like to wear like more of a cropped jean in the deep snow. And so having your jeans, you know, come to right about here on the boots and then seeing this like cute little band was like surprisingly charming. I liked these a lot more than I thought I was going to. And again, they're just like a classic Ugg boot inside. So like so much fluffy stuff. They're great. Another twist on the classic, our Uggs new, they're called Campfire Boot, I think. And they're a gender neutral boot. They're, again, lined in the fluffy stuff. And they are super soft, super lightweight, and ridiculously comfortable. This stitching, by the way, if you've been obsessed with Moo boots, we did a review of Moo boots, I think last year. But if you've been obsessed with Moo boots but haven't want to paid, I think they're what, like $300? This is a good alternative because it has some of that idea of the stitching on the toe, and it does make a big difference when you're walking around. These little extra details, you know, do stand out. It's really nice. More classic Ugg twists. This is the classic mini Alpine. They're just like a little bit more of a traditional Ugg boot that you just stick your foot in. Again, completely fluffy inside, 360 degrees, so good. These look really cute on. I love them. Classic Ugg bottom, not waterproof, but still a great choice. All right, now lastly, these are the TerreTrail Cozy Lace. They have, you know, that similar hiking boot bottom, but they don't come up as high as the Alpine hikers. They're totally lined in the fluffy stuff, fleece right here, but fluffy stuff underfoot and around the collar. That said, I don't like these. I don't think they come up quite high enough to be that useful. And I don't know, with all of the other choices that we have, these would probably be last on my list. Hope this helps. Let me know if you have any questions about any of these Ugg boots. I'm happy to try and answer those. And yeah, stay warm out there.
These are good. These are really good.
They look like you're wearing boats.
Boats.